Welcome to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. This show is all about honoring you as a spiritual being, having a human experience. You are here for a reason, and it's no mistake that you are here on Earth right now. Spirit has guided you to this very moment in time, so you could hear the messages Pam is about to share with you. She is a multidimensional healer, light language channel, transformation coach, wife and mother, committed to helping you discover the tools and practices to empower you to live the best life you can. You get to choose the spirit path you take. You can connect to the spiritual guidance already all around you. Get ready to live a fully empowered life. This is the Empower Me Show.
Welcome back to the Empower Me Show. My name's Pam Bright, and this is David Buck.
Hello.
We are co-hosting this particular episode for you because this is Spirit Partners for Life today. And we are doing a call-in show so that you, the listener, can actually let us know what's up for you. We always want to know, we always want to engage in who you are, what you're up to, how life is treating you these days. We have our own challenges, and we know that the life that we have chosen as spiritual partners can get a little rocky and can be really unpredictable at times. So we would like to hear from you and find out how you're doing in 2022 this year.
Let's give you that phone number right now so you can call in anytime during the hour. It is 1-800-930-2819. We don't know for sure, but perhaps it will pop up on the screen through the magic of our producers. I believe they can make that happen, but again, I don't know for sure. Anyway, give us a call and let us know what is going on for you right now in 2022. It's still the pandemic. It's still a confusing time. People still don't know what's going on geopolitically across the world. There's a lot of confusion, but where do you stand? How can you get back to center?
That's right. Centering is a really good way for us to start. So I'm going to do that right now for us and bring in some really sweet, angelic type energy for us today with my chimes. I have my chimes. There's lots of different tones on here. So that will help to infuse the upper chakras of you. And then I recommend that you really connect in with, can you get my drum, please, David, quickly?
Yeah.
Get really into your body with the lower chakras as well. I will bring both in for you so that we can really align who we are in our physicality, which is vital to your consciousness on this planet, as well as bringing in the upper chakra tones for you to be able to really hone in on the purpose of your being today. So David, if you would like to start with some drumming, and I'll do a little toning with that, and then I'll bring in the upper chakra sounds after that. So just go ahead and start with that, and you can do a meditation if you feel called to do that.
Well, what I did want to say is if you don't have an instrument of your own, something that you can connect to that has a tonal resonance that you can connect to spiritually, I'd recommend trying to find something. It could be chimes, one of those bowls that you use. What do you call them?
The dingers.
No. There's crystal bowls. There's bowls that have
Tibetan bowls.
Tibetan bowls. That's the name of the thing. Or a drum of some kind to connect, because it transports you out of your mind and out of your body and a little bit into the spirit world.
I'm already out of my mind,
Yes.
So we're ready to go. Just go ahead and slow your breathing down, listening to the sound of the drum, allowing it to really get you into a place of sacred union with this moment. Allow your breathing to slow down your heartbeat, allowing you to really go inside of yourself where you live. Let's ask the Mother Earth, Gaia herself, to enter into this moment with us. We ask the Mother Earth to gift us with her being, teaching us how to become one with her and all of the beings that work inside of her, as well as other human beings on this planet. Hey, 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 Maya. Bring her energy all the way up through your feet, your legs, feeling her come all the way up into your torso, connecting to your spine, your base chakra, number 1, your sacral chakra, number 2, and your sacred center of your power, your 3rd chakra. The solar plexus. Excellent. Excellent. So as you are here in your solar plexus now, just go ahead and take your hands and put them right on your belly, right on your 3rd chakra center, calling in all of your power, as well as the power of the earth, assisting with your being here now and making that choice to be here now. And go ahead and say to yourself or say out loud, I now choose to be here now.
I now choose to be here now.
I am a soul in a body.
I'm a soul in a body.
And I choose to be in this body now.
And I choose to be in this body now.
Now, as you listen to the tones of these chimes, I ask you to now go up from the 3rd chakra to the heart center, which is your 4th chakra. And then we're going to travel all the way up to the 7th chakra at the top of your head, calling in all of those energies now. Feeling that energy rising up your spine and all the way up into the upper chakras, feeling your heart expanding now, and going all the way up into your throat chakra here, listening to your own communication, allowing any clearing that needs to happen in this chakra to happen. You might need to use some toning for that through your voice, just ah, ho, ho, ho. You might need to cough. Just allow it to clear. Just allowing some of that sound to come out of your throat so that you feel that movement. And then moving up into the third eye right here, where you're in between your eyebrows, feeling that center starting to expand. Nice deep breath in and feeling that energy coming all the way up, up, up to the top of your head here. Might want to do a little tapping with the top of your head, giving that permission to open. And then allowing yourself, go ahead and put your hands up to allow that energy to go all the way up to source. And asking all of your guides, teachers, and angels that work in the heavens, in the stars, with all of the galactic beings that work with all of us and love us so much. We ask all of you who are here watching humanity to help us all be here now in these human bodies, learning how to open up to all of who we are, all of our consciousness, physically present in these bodies, ready to do the spiritual work, the soul work that we've all come to do in this moment. And bringing all that energy now that we have gathered from the heavens all the way down through the top of the head, and with some breaths going all the way down to our feet, going all the way down our spines and lighting up this tube of light that is within and without and all around our spines, filling up our entire bodies, bringing that light all the way illuminated in our bodies down into the earth again. And then we come right to the center. Go ahead and put one hand on your solar plexus and one hand on your heart. Feeling yourself relaxed and centered now in this space. I am centered. You can say that out loud if it serves you. I am centered. I choose to be here now. I am whole and complete in this moment. I am safe. And so it is. Go ahead and slowly open your eyes and come back. Welcome back. I love how Spirit just takes over and decides what's best for all of us in these shows and in this work, this beautiful, I don't even like to call it work, this play that I get to do of connection with you.
We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, perhaps we will get a chance to talk to you. I'm going to give you the phone number one more time. You're welcome to call in. It's 1-800-930-2819, and we'll be back to talk more about how you can connect more to yourself and the world of spirit.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright. I'm David Buck. I'm Pam's husband, and here we are talking about connection to yourself and the world of spirit. And this is kind of what we're all about here on the Empower Me Show. We want to empower you to get more centered, more connected to what matters most to you. And one great access to that is the world of spirit. So we talk a lot about using your intuition, using things like instruments and cards, and really connecting to other people in spiritual circles to get some of those answers yourself. So if you're just starting on that journey, there's so many ways that you can reach out and connect.
That's right. So I just thought of the cards. Actually, why don't you go grab them?
Okay.
Yeah, just pick a deck, and I'm gonna have David go do that because we got a lot of cards. It's one of the greatest, funnest ways to play with spirit is to, just get yourself a bunch of different intuitive spiritual cards, and they make them all over the place. You can even go to Amazon and find a bunch of different ones that speak to you. There's also a ton of books, meditation books that just give a lot of inspiration and help to be able to really ground into who we are as spiritual beings having human experiences. And it looks like David has picked a deck.
Yep, I will tell you about it. It's called the Sacred Earth Oracle. And indeed, I believe that we did get that on Amazon. There's hundreds of these. And we haven't done this much, but we can certainly do that. And there's a lot of ways to do it. You could follow the directions. You could do it in a traditional tarot configuration, or you could just kind of randomly see what shows up. And that's what we normally do. Shuffle it. And quite often we will begin our day this way. We certainly have hundreds of times, and we get individual cards that represent some message that we need to hear today. So we're going to see what shows up right now and share that with you.
Yes, I'm also checking if you want to actually write in your request or message, you can go to the empowermeshow@gmail.com and you can write to us. So far, nobody's done that, but we are open to that as well. So David is picking.
I picked two cards.
Picked a couple cards for us. Okay, awesome.
Or do you want to pick ones for you?
No, these are for all of us.
Okay.
Or are these for you specifically?
Yeah, that can be for us.
Okay.
So what we've got is, here's one called Context. And it really is all about context. In this case, it's a beautiful artwork of like a fairy goddess and a dragonfly in the middle. And dragonfly is all about illusion. And you can look up, if you do a Google search for what's the spiritual significance of dragonfly, or something that occurs to you, maybe a bird flies by and you wonder, know what that means for you. See if you can identify the kind of bird, because each different species kind of carries a different significance with it. But context, it really is all about context. And the dragonfly is all about illusion, and control is an illusion, and the things that we suppose are real for us, they may turn out later to be illusions. So I think it's part of the power of dragonfly that flits about, reminding us that maybe we shouldn't get too stuck in the way that we're thinking about things right now. I wasn't pointing any fingers. I was just saying, hey, that's a nice general thing.
So what's happened? So I'll just be very transparent with you. So David and I are married couples. We've been married couples this is our 20-year anniversary this year. And so let me tell you what, okay, if any of you think that getting into a relationship is going to be, yay, I'm complete, life is hunky-dory, it's awesome. It is awesome, but guess what? You're going to have to work on some stuff in your marriage. So just say that up front. So this morning, we had a conversation with a gentleman, which was awesome. And we're looking to expand our business. Okay. So we're looking to expand who we are as human beings doing a business in 2022. And a lot of it's online and a lot of it is with social media. Well, this is a world that I don't know a lot about. Okay. So I'm looking to find a way to expand that doesn't drive me bananas, because I'm not a computer nerd. I don't really understand a lot of the jargon. I don't really understand a lot of the stuff about business, right? I'm learning as I go. And I have a husband that is very good at grounding me in a way that when I start going into the ethers, getting all wigged out about all of the stuff to do. And so with this card that he chose, there's a lot of orange in this card. And I'll just show you in her hair. Her hair is actually a connector with spirit. I've learned this years ago in doing spiritual groups with other women, that our spirit connects in our hair. And a lot of traditions, they have long hair so that they can really have their antennas connected up to source. But the orange is also for power. So the power is here in the belly, here in my solar plexus. So this whole area here is for power. And it kind of helps when we have a big belly, because then we got a lot of power to deal with, right? Sometimes that can be a challenge, though, to have a lot of power and know how to use it properly. So a lot of the work that David and I do in our relationship as a married couple is learn how to balance power and learn how to compromise. And I tell you, in my life, prior to meeting him, I did not want to deal with that word. I didn't understand it. I didn't have any background with it. I didn't
context for it.
I didn't have any context for it. I didn't have anybody in my life that taught me how to compromise. So this is what I get to do in this relationship. And here on the Empower Me show, we want to talk about real stuff. So this is real stuff, guys, is how are you doing life on a day-to-day basis and handling everything that there is to handle without going nutso.
Now, I did not know what that card was. That's the card for you to read about.
Oh, this is a word. There's another word that I didn't know anything about, and I still have a challenge with. But again, we got together for a reason, and the reason is to teach each other new things about who we are and what life's about. So this card is about moderation. Oh, I don't like that word. I don't like it. But you know what moderation does? Here, let me show you what that card looks like. There's hummingbirds there. So hummingbirds, and she's got a lot of blue in her. God, this is beautiful. A lot of blue and a lot of spiral energy in here. So the blue is about communication. And boy, does it take a lot of communication to have a relationship and to be conscious beings on this planet, bringing them both together, consciousness, human experience, and spirit. Oh my goodness, I've taken on a big role as a leader in transformation, but that's what the name of the game is for me and what I'm here to teach. Okay. And I brought him along as my cohort to learn about this experience too. So of course we would get together as a couple to learn about all of it together.
Yeah, and one of our big messages here on the Empower Me show is that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. You're not one or the other, you're both at the same time, because it's the essence of the consciousness and the spirit that you have within you that is, you can define bone and flesh. You can define actions that you take. You can't so much define the quality of the essence of your spirit. And so there's a duality that everybody lives with, and getting those two things in sync will really help in both cases.
Yes, getting in sync. That's a great group. Getting in sync is important to any partnership. And remember, this is my word for the year, is partnership. And so it's interesting. I'm learning about all kinds of ways to partner. And one of the things I'd like to do is to partner with you as a spiritual being having a human experience. And we would like to partner with you as hosts of the Empower Me show. So please consider that your voice is important. We want you to be able to have a voice, and this is a safe space to do that. On the Empower Me show is to have a voice and say, what are you struggling with? What's challenging to you? What do you need support with? Right? Because we don't want to do it alone.
Let's give you that phone number again. If you would like to call in, it's 1-800-930-2819. You can also reach out on the Empower Me show at gmail.com. Also, if you have an idea that you would like to be a guest on our show and talk about something that's up for you, something, a solution of some kind that you found, a modality that you would like to explore and promote, and other people exploring as well. We'd love to feature you on the show. We've done that with quite a few people as well before. We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about connection and partnership.
Welcome back to the Empower Me show with Pam Bright and David Buck. We are here talking about Spirit Partners for Life, which we are. Spirit Partners for Life as a married couple, and also as the co-host and host of the Empower Me show. So here at the Empower Me show, we are all about connection and really wanting to build a community that supports you, supports ourselves, and allows us to expand individually as well as collectively on this planet Earth. We all chose to be here, guys. We all chose to be here. So we want to know what you're up to in life, personally, as well as professionally, as well as relationally with family and friends. What are you up to creating in 2022?
And what are the challenges you're facing as well? And how can we support you in getting on track? I mean, support is, you talked a lot about that some people may not have a real connection to what that word means, but support can mean so many different things. It could mean reading a self-help book or joining a social media group of like-minded individuals that is in the field that you're in, or getting a coach, or just kind of engaging in some conversation with friends about, well, here's what's going on. What would you do? What could I do? And the good news is that there are, an infinite number of ways to get unstuck from the places that you get stuck.
Yes, there are. So I'm understanding more and more this year that it's not about doing anything alone anymore. Many people are, because of the pandemic that has hit us really hard and is still going on in one form or another in the world, it's really forcing us to get online, to get on the internet, to join social media groups, to do Zoom calls, do all of these things that weren't something that I used to do at all. Before I got on Facebook, I can tell you I had no idea how to connect to people, except here's my card, here's with my phone number and my name, and this is what I am doing in the world. And that started with, oh, I'm a student doing massage therapy. And I was told in order to get something started, I needed to be seen. So you needed to give them a card so that it had information on it. Okay, well, that was great. Oh, okay, go to this church so that you can be with people that are spiritually connected to you, and you can pray and you can connect to God. And, that was the thing to do. When I was in school, K through 12, that was what kids did. They went to school. Kids are still in that position of going to school in some form or another. Oh, okay, connect to a work, to a job. You connect to people. Okay, that's still face to face, individually, right? In person. Well, being in person isn't so much a thing right now for a lot of people. Okay. I haven't been out doing life in the world really at all since 2019. I think that's when I went to my last psychic fair. So that's my world. I don't know where you're at with that. And I don't want to get into any debate or any discussion about, the V word, yes or no, or is it a virus or not a virus, or is there a pandemic or not a pandemic? But I do want to know how the stress of that interaction in the world is affecting you. How are you doing with all of the controversy that exists right now in this day and age, in this moment?
There's an interesting dichotomy that's happening in the world right now, because as divided as we may be from one person to another, or one family or one country to another, we're also united in that this is a global phenomenon that's happening and it's affecting everyone. And in some ways, the stress of society has always affected everyone with what they're dealing with. So it helps to know that you're not alone in the things that you're struggling with, in the ways that you're struggling, and there's other people out there who are going through the same thing, have conquered that, or have found a way through it, or could use some support. So certainly that is available. I want to give you the phone number. We have just a little bit longer with our show. If you still want to call in, there's still time for that. It's 1-800-930-2819. It's something that I think we're going to continue and do more of too. So keep that in mind if you want to reach out during one of these shows. We will usually be able to accommodate you and stop what we're doing and talk about that, and have your comments about what we're saying as well.
Absolutely. So it would help the listeners, I think, if you could share a little bit of your challenges, David, with your life, because you've been through a lot in the last year. And they would love to hear a little bit from a male perspective of what do you go through from day to day. I've talked a lot about that with these people that are listening, and I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. What do you deal with on a day-to-day, hour-to-hour basis?
Well, it's interesting because I've come to believe that that men and women, traditionally the genders, do process information very differently, and comically they could be said to be of two different species in a way, and yet we do deal with many of the same things emotionally and logically. And I try and infuse that. A couple of years ago, I started hearing more about and learning more about emotional intelligence, and wanting to kind of, grasp that concept and bring that to bear. So, certainly there's been a lot of challenges lately. My mom moved out of the place that she was living in, and she's now in an assisted living facility. And that was a big disruption to our family and to the way of living for her. She's doing well now after a long period of transition. and there's still ongoing after effects to deal with regarding that. And that certainly has been an interruption and a challenge. And with the pandemic, that it remains a challenge because we were very social, social family before, and we've had to kind of go inward. And we have our teenager is in the high school and struggling with classes. So there's that support. That's certainly something that's paramount importance to me to support. So it's definitely been a challenge, and we keep coming back to it. And I think communication is the key. We talked a lot about that earlier, and just communication and compromise. And that's really, with the things going on in the world right now, I'm pleased to hear today that there's more communication. People are sitting down across from each other at tables and figuring out ways to keep the peace. And that can be from one country to another, or one family member to another. So I definitely want to encourage that kind of communication. We're going to take a break.
Absolutely.
In a moment and come back one last time. I'll give you the phone number, 1-800-930-2819. When we come back, we're going to be talking about what's coming up for the Empower Me show, because there will be some changes in 2022 and some exciting developments. And we'll share a little bit of that with you when we come back.
We also I will share with you a message that we just got in for the Empower Me show when we come back. Welcome back to the Empower Me show. This is David Buck. I'm Pam Bright. We're talking about you and how you and I and David can connect on this beautiful day, and also this wonderful Empower Me show platform. We just heard from our dear sister and friend, Francie Daler. Thank you, Francie, for writing in. She says, "Hi, Pam and David. I'm again enjoying listening to your show. Thank you both for reminding us we chose to be here and that we are not alone. One of your greatest fans, Francie. Francie, we absolutely love you. You are so dear to my heart, and I adore you. So thank you always for your support. And I know that life can really be a challenge, and that we're all doing the best we can. We are all doing the best we can. And I know you are really, really working hard at supporting your family and supporting yourself and your husband in the world. And you know what? If you're breathing in and out, then you're here, you're conscious, and you're willing to be here now. So good for you. Yay.
And yes, thank you very much for that message. I want to share something with you that I mentioned to our teenager once in a while, and that is the notion that questions posed are more valuable than the answers that you get with them. It's important to ask the questions and find the answers, but answers are elusive and they're temporary in this time of great change. And there really is a lot of change happening in the world and in our bodies, in our spirits, in our minds all the time. Ask more questions.
Lots of questions, lots and lots of questions. And yes, we're going to keep talking and sharing here on the Empower Me show. And we want to hear from you. So once again, we're going to have another live show next week. David will be on standby with me, but this is the show, the Light Language show and the Energy Healing show next week at noon Pacific time, where I will be opening myself up to the guides, teachers, and angels that want to commit through and allow healing and channeling to happen for you.
So if you have a specific request, you can certainly call in that day, but you can also email ahead of time and say, this is what I would like. This is the kind of energy I'm looking for. This is what I'm dealing with now. Could you please, contact, asking Pam to connect to the energies that will serve you for what you need. And that email is theempowermeshow@gmail.com.
And that is exactly as it sounds. There's no space between. So it's THEEMPO.
WERMESHOW The Empower Me Show.
Empower, yes, just like it sounds. The Empower Me Show.
Yeah.
We have a hard time with sequential letters, apparently.
So there's another part of our show and experience called the Full Body System Wellness Program. And we're certainly, going to be coming back more and more to that this year. We're going to be revamping it and polishing it, getting it ready for expansion and more interaction and engagement. So look forward to more exciting announcements about that as the year goes on.
So let me remind you that the Full Body System Wellness Program is really the first week of the videos talking really in depth. I do videos about the different challenges that we have in the human body, being here in a physical body on the earth plane, all of the stress, all the stuff of life as a human being. And then the second week of videos, I actually go into depth about all the spiritual practices that I've gained over the years and can share with you. Not every single one per se, but a lot of them that have worked for me and I am now transferring to you. This is an introductory program, by the way, a place to start for you to kind of gain some footing as far as connecting human and spiritual selves together. Then the third week of videos is really about the integration process. How do we bring it all together? And so that's the Full Body System Wellness Program that we are talking about, and we go more in depth with the second week after the light language show.
One of the things it's always been easy to do, but it's even more easy to do in this pandemic is to be isolated and be in a bubble. But we are connected across the world as well. And I have a special request for you. If you would connect up and say a language of light blessing upon Eastern Europe and across the peace tables where people were sitting down and preserving the peace. So we're just going to connect to that energy and send that message of peace across the world.
Yeah, let's do that now. Let's do that right now. So imagine that someone that is, it might be someone that's not your skin color. It might be someone that doesn't have your religion. It might be someone that is not in your sphere right now of your life. They're sitting right across from you. They're right in your vicinity. I invite you now to reach out your hand and shake that person's hand right now. And allow yourself to connect in a way that goes beyond your mind. Right here, if you notice, my arm is right connected to my heart space. And my elbow is between my heart space and my solar plexus, my power center. So imagine as you're doing that you're connecting from your heart and your power center to their heart and power center as your hands meet. Enaki anake iaye. Anaye ki anayaka ye. Hanase nanayakiyama. Keuwabe-uatara-ye-ye. So this light language coding that's coming through actually connects us soul to soul, heart to heart, human being to human being, and spirit to spirit. We allow these tones to actually evaporate all disagreement, all isolation, all separatism now. Enaki anakeke atanaki icha. Nekula shentaki isamaye. We now own our own choice to be here now in this body on this planet Earth with every human being that is here now. We allow the communication specialists to enter into this space in this now moment and release all of the divide that exists in this moment. Teunana maki ishina maki. Hote sanake. And so it is.
We're just about out of time here on the Empower Me show. We want to thank you for joining us today. We want to thank the production team at Transformation Talk Radio for making this possible. Something just occurred to me from one of the cards that we got earlier with the dragonfly. And it's the concept of divide, actually. What if a divide is the illusion? What if there truly is no divide and it's just a connection that has yet to be made? So consider that as you go about your day.
I love that. So I am seeing that there's actually a couple minutes still to go before we end. So consider that skin color and all of the different circumstances in each of our lives is something that we chose. It's like our human suits. We chose the human suit that we have. We chose the families that we have. We chose all of the different parts of our lives in order to learn, in order to grow, in order to experience all the things that these things have for us to experience right now. So there is no divide, only what we have perceived in our own heads, or we've learned it from our parents, or we've brought it, been brought down to us from other things. So allow yourself to just sit with that for a little bit, okay? And allow it to just gel. And when you get upset, reach up, ask for assistance, and know that it will come right now for you. We love you. We are so glad you're here. We can't wait to connect again.
And if you were wondering what was on our shirts, let's stand up and show. It's from the show on Disney Plus called WandaVision. And if you can't read it, it says, "We are an unusual couple," which is certainly true. So thank you for joining us and have a great day.
We love you guys. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Empower Me Show with Pam Bright on Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in to learn more about living a fully empowered life. Remember that your life is up to you and you can choose the spiritual path you are on. There is spiritual energy and wisdom in everything and everyone around you. Listen carefully for what the universe is trying to tell you in every moment. You are already being guided along your journey. Call upon your spirit guides anytime you need help with anything. Know that you are safe in every moment, even if it seems that you are not. For more information about Pam Bright, visit brightbutterflyenterprises.com or email theempowermeshow@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening. We hope to see you next week.